Hi, this is Christine Villa, Creative Memories Advisor, and this is the episode 5 of the cruise layout. And this is, I made some photocopies of a cruise I took to Hawaii 25 years ago, a long time ago. And you can see how I layered it on the page, and this actually butted up against the edge of the page. And I'm going to show you some ways that we can fill in these spots. And actually, we could even potentially do some of it on the front if you wanted to. This was our cruise card, and I'm recording, guys. And we are going to do this on the inside. I'm just going to lightly put these on here. Let's see here. We can put that over here. This is the cruise summary, which was, 11. We can cut some of that off there. Let's see. This was the actual mapping of it. And this is, just kind of how I did it. This one might, look, we're going to cut this apart here. We'll take this. So some of the key pieces, we're not going to worry about times on this one, but this shows the schedule of where we stopped, and we can put this here. Let's cut this off. So it's sort of, it really depends on what memorabilia and ephemera that you have. We'll put some of that there. There is what the evening attire is. We can put that there. And, cut some of this off. We had bright purple luggage tags. Let's maybe put this. All right. Anyway, so I'm gonna, and here was a little snippet of the ship. However, I did take a photocopy of the ship photo, and on the page that I did, I had them on natural pages and with the jeeping on the side. And I cut an oval in the center. So on one side you could see the ship, and when you turned the page, you would see us, my son and I, with our welcome lei. And then you would turn that page, and then you would see the ship in the oval. So let's do a little tuck and snip here. And this is just to give you an idea of what you can do. This happened right after 9/11 that we were scheduled to go on this cruise. And they only started flying planes about 3 days before our cruise was going to leave. And obviously this would be a little bit neater. And so I'm just going to trim this, and these will all come off quite easily from here when I take this off. Let's turn this over. And this is pretty much how I do it. Although it's not on photocopy paper, it's the actual memorabilia. And it seems weird, but I remember I stayed at a hotel one time when I went to Florida, and I wanted to stay there again, but I couldn't remember the name of it. And I went to my scrapbook because I had scrapbooked the trip. And there it was, right there in living color. So it was really nice. I was able to book there again. I'm going to put a slight curve in this. Not that's going to help that much. And I'm going to put this one down first. And when this is actually your memorabilia, it hits differently for an actual trip. And I have to say, it's been a while since I've taken a cruise. And doing this layout, it's kind of like someone posted, "Oh, this makes me want to take a cruise," and I'm like, yes, it definitely does. All right, let's see here. So we're going to pretend that I'm going to put a little bit more on here so that when I slide it in to the envelope, peekaboo pocket. All right. So I'm going to have a little bonus video that shows a couple other suggestions for the center color, and they're from collections that we currently have: Chasing the Sun and Making a Splash. And I didn't make another banner, another border for these parts to show you, but you can extend the borders that I did on both of those for that. I think I'm probably I might do a muster page. I have the most perfect neon orange that we had a limited edition supply of, and I've got quite a collection of it. So now I'm going to set those aside. This is the picture of our ship, and what I did is, you can see how the way I positioned these, that it fits in there very nicely. And I'm hoping that this will be a perfect fit for the photo. I'm going to take a... it does. All right. So I said that I was going to show you how you can use different pages. This is our pocket, our top loading pocket page. And you would slide your page in there. Now, if I'm not working on a cardstock sheet, I do keep the cardstock in. Hold on a second, I gotta close my office door. There we go. We went on a family adventure today, and I meant to take pictures. I didn't take one picture. Did not take one picture. All right, so what I was saying is that when I have just designer paper, I do keep the cardstock in there for more stability. Now, if the next page, I were to be doing my work on a cardstock, I would pull the white cardstock. And this is our refill pages that are pocket. This page in here is our bright white cardstock. And so it is photo safe. You can scrapbook on it. Some people like to scrapbook on both sides. I fly by the seat of my pants sometimes, so I have to make sure that I do it like that. So I'm not going to pull the adhesive off of this, but I would I'm going to have to use a little bit of Scotch tape to hold this in place so I can show you. And so we can pretend. And what I do is I peel this off, and it has a little bit of give. You can pull it up and adjust it if you need to. And this would be clear, so nothing under it would be obstructed. I think I've got that. We're actually going to close this one. And I'm going to position this. I like my things to meet in the middle. And I'm hoping that I did that right. Oh, there we go. So you can see there's your ship, or whichever. Oh, I really got this one out of WikiWhack here. There we go. And then you would open this up like this. So now if you prefer to do your pages on the traditional white page, which I mix and match. This year I happen to be doing top loading for most of mine. So far anyway. That can always change. All right, so I happen to have a Fast2Fab page from a while ago that I never used. And what perfect way to cover up what I'm not going to use. But we are going to put the pocket in. I'm going to keep that over there a minute. And this is how I do this. I use the jeeping to line up the folded edge of this. And okay, we will switch this a little bit so we have some contact here. All right. And I put the inside one down first. Then I put this on, but I don't adhere it yet. And I slip the page protector over the main page. A note, the Peekaboo pockets are the same length as the page protectors. And if you try to slip a page protector over this, it will tear your page protector. And how do I know this? I experienced it. So I've learned that I slip the page protector on, and you don't even have to have this part in here yet. And then I sneak my hand underneath the page protector and I line this up. And so the page protector is on, and then you can slip this in and you can attach it if you like. Some people don't attach their pages. That's different to me. So there you go. Let's line that up. It's not lined up very well, but you know. So now we're going to talk about how do you open this. And I'm not sure if they're still available, but there are white tabs, or if you're lucky enough to have a tab punch. Let's see here. I'm going to actually take some of this one. You could use the brass. Oh, that brassy color would work. Lovely. The canary, molten lava. And you're going to punch 2 of these. and they fold in half. And then I use, there's different adhesives that we have. I like to use the red, this is like a crafting tape, and it has a very strong, it adheres very strong. These Peekaboo pockets need something strong to hold things on them because they're so forgiving on things. But then I would put a tab here, and then a coordinating tab. Let me get the other side. I use tabs on all my Peekaboo pockets, no matter the size. And sometimes I will use, these are white ones, and they're adhesive. And I still oomph it up with this red crafting tape. So I gotta find the start of this. Here it is. And you'll need a couple for each one. So I'm going to put that right on here. And yes, I eyeballed that. I've done this a bit. And then what I use, the 11th finger, the multi-purpose tool. And I use the thin side, and I get under to pull this up. The part right there. Right, so I am going to put this one under here first. And I want to just, static. I just want to put the edge of it under there. And then fold it over and press. And so this makes it easier to open. I do need to line this up a little bit better for this next step to work. Okay. I want to see all these cruise pages that you are doing. I'd love to see your version of this. This thing makes picking the tape off. It just can't deal with the static. It is static. All right, and so now and they help lock each other in place so they don't flap around. But you do have to get them lined up properly for this to work well. And because I don't have these actually adhered, it's a little trickier. Otherwise, you can just put them wherever you want to on here. See, this one is really, really low. There you go. So when you're turning your page, it won't flip. I also will put one of these on and maybe put it up higher. But we're going to have a title here if we were doing an actual album page. And then I'll use a photo corner, and I adhere it right onto the page protector or on the top loading sleeve. So there you have it. That is our cruise layout to document your adventure. And for those of you who cruise a lot, You could do one of these for every single cruise. All right. Look for the bonus video coming soon.